Hi guys, Mike back again with part 2 of the Q&A that is going to make up my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. We're just going to carry on. The keen-eyed amongst you will realise that I'm sitting in exactly the same position, wearing exactly the same clothes, with exactly the same beard growth, and exactly the same lighting. So we've just continued to carry on, but I've just split the video because we only answered 9 questions in 25 minutes last time, although I did do a bit of an introduction, and I'm doing it again, I'm a bit of waffling. So we're going to try and get through questions, as timely as possible, but we're not going to rush answers. And at the end, it will build the suspense for the draw at the very end. So there we go. We're on question 10 of 91. Pancake Painy Payne says, "Well done, sir. Congrats." Thank you. Question: what does your family and non-gaming friends think of you and your hobby? Cheers. Nice one. My family have stopped caring, I think. My wife has stopped rolling her eyes, well, at least directly at me anyway. And it's just part of who I am. It's part of what I do. So from my family perspective, it's just what I do. No one thinks anything, or no one tells me they do anyway. I mean, they might think something, but they haven't told me what they think of it. And certainly my wife used to roll her eyes, but she doesn't anymore. So I don't know. Non-gaming friends. I think my non-gaming friends think that rocketry is cooler. Don't know. But again, I don't really talk about it with my non-gaming friends because my non-gaming friends aren't interested in it. They know I do it. They don't really get it. They know of it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't don't really get any grief from anyone for doing it, and so yeah, there we go. Joe Media 90041 says, if you collected a fantasy army, which one would it be? Do you know what? Actually, these questions remind you of things, don't they? I did actually start collecting a chaos army. I did have a chaos army of sorts. I had it was a Khorne demon and a herald from Forge World. I remember having that, and I was doing a Khorne army. I do like the kind of chaos stuff, and I think that's why I picked up a Bloodthirster. I mean, it gives me a good excuse because that Bloodthirster I painted, and if you look back through my videos, you'll see that I painted up one of the Bloodthirster models as my kind of counts as Kabanda model, which is a demon from Blood Angel lore, if you like. But yeah, I like kind of vampire counts. I don't know if that army still exists anymore, but that kind of vampire and chaos demon-y, kind of beastmen, chaos type stuff. I mean, I'm not sure of the Age of Sigmar titles anymore, but yeah, that kind of side of things, a chaosy army. Who am I, UK1? Very well done on your 2K. My question is, if you had to put if you had to put all your model making kit in storage for 6 months, but still wanted to make something, what 3 items would you just not live without and keep out of storage? So I'm looking at that like I'm moving, or something's happened, and everything's got to go into storage apart from 3 things. What would I keep out of storage? I think I would use that 6 months to catch up on HMS Victory, to be honest, which is constantly staring at me up there. And I kind of go through fits and starts with HMS Victory, as you know. So what would I do? I would keep out HMS Victory for one, because I need to build it. And my hobby life actually is quite I'm going to keep looking over there because it's all over there. My hobby life is quite compartmentalised. I've got different toolboxes for different things. So I've got a double stack toolbox with all of my proper tools in it, I suppose, if you like, my proper hobby tools. I've got sheds outside with proper tools, power tools, things like that, and then I've got inside tools, clamps, and I don't know, anything you could think of, really. Knives and rules and measuring stuff and sanding stuff and clamps and all sorts. So in my big toolbox inside, that's my main toolbox, my inside tools. And then I'd keep that out because I need my inside toolbox to make Victory. And then I've got 2 big flat boxes. I'll kind of show you. Hang on. So at the moment, I've got these toolboxes. I've got 2 of these for my Warhammer modelling toolboxes. So I keep everything in these. And then I've got bigger ones of these. So I've got 2 big ones of these, flat ones. So in one of them, I keep all the parts for HMS Victory, and in one I keep all the parts for Millennium Falcon. So my 3 things I keep out is my big flat storage box with all my parts for HMS Victory. I'd keep out my big toolbox with everything I need to build Victory, and I would keep out Victory. So there we go, 3 things. Whew. So tabletop banter. This is far and away the best giveaway I've seen. Wow, that's a compliment. Thank you very much. My question for you: have you found any part of your personal life an influence on why you enjoy the hobby? For example, for me, the reason I love the hobby is as an escape from mental illness. Has work or anything else been the reason you do the hobby at all, or in the way you do it? Keep up the smashing work, sir. Thank you very much. Tabletop banter made up of Callum and Harry. Top guys, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I work in the mental health field, and I mean, I think the hobby. Yeah, I mean, I think your life changes, doesn't it, as you get older and as you get busier in work. I think. I mean, my job takes up a lot of time, and sometimes I'm afforded the luxury of being able to work from home. So I can do work from home, but I can also put a coat of paint on, or I can do a bit of airbrushing and let it dry, or put a wash on something, let it dry. You know, things that don't take very long in between work. And then sometimes I'm away. I mean, last week I was away. I was in Scotland all week for work, and that's, well, I know it's 435 miles from my house. So I mean that's round trip wise, it's knocking off for 900 miles. So I'm away all week, and I'm in a hotel all week. And where I think I would take things away with me, I just find it really impractical, and I don't end up having time because I'm working late, and then by the time I get back to the hotel, I can't be bothered, basically. I mean, I would never do painting. I know I wouldn't. Coupled with the fact that lighting in the hotel is awful. I have taken away models with me a couple of times to kind of cut things off sprues and clean things up and glue stuff together, and I took it with me, but didn't do it. I tend to take codecs and stuff away with me, codices away with me, just to read and have a look at. And again, I hardly even open those. I mean, last week in Scotland, I think I was away 4 nights and looked at it once. So yeah, I mean, when I am home in the evenings, which is when I tend to do hobby stuff, I mean, it does keep me grounded. It does keep me centered. It keeps me focused, I suppose. Just chills me out. I enjoy doing it. And it's just that de-stressor. I think it's because there's a sense of accomplishment of having completed something. The sort of pride I have in my collection, my cabinets and stuff. I mean, I like that, and it's just something for me, really, just something for me. So yeah, I mean, I think the hobby is really important to me. And again, I think being away for a whole week, I notice like, oh, I want to paint something, I want to build something, I just want to chill out in the evening. It's really my kind of chill out time where I carry on with the hobby. So yeah, I mean, I think it does. Again, any hobby, I think it helps, doesn't it? It helps support you. It keeps you focused and, like I say, grounded, and gives you an interest and makes you happy. And I think I think it is good for mental illness and for just your own mental well-being, and everyone's mental well-being. I mean, we all get stressed out, and we all have periods of low mood, and then that might exacerbate for some people with episodes of depression, and anxiety, and phobias, and maybe even psychosis. And what keeps you grounded and what keeps you mentally well, and you've got to do what's right for you. In my humble opinion, but there we go. What do I know? So there we go. Thanks for the question, Callum/Harry. Oh, I don't know what will happen, mind, if Tabletop Banter win a prize. What will happen? Because there's 2 of them. Ooh, they'll have to make a Callum versus Harry to the death video of who's going to win the prize. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Anyway, yeah. So, okay, Graham Collin. Congrats on the 2,000 subs. Yes, Mr. Beer is most certainly a legend. Please see previous video entitled Iddick Beer is a Legend to understand that comment. And going off his track record, probably about to get the Monty Hall. Those of you that don't know, Iddick Beer has a horrible habit of winning giveaways. There was a period a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, where he won everything, absolutely everything. I mean, he's won 2 of mine. And I've certainly won one of his. But yeah, he's got an uncanny habit of winning. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so yes, there we go. So the obvious question really, how the hell are you supposed to pronounce Cruor Angelus Silicis? Here we go. We'll say no more. If you scroll back through the videos, Mr. Graham Collin, there is a... I can't remember what the video is called. There is a video explaining my YouTube channel name. And I'm not going to go into it here. Okay, so yes, Cruor Angelus Silicis. I'm offering no further explanation on that one. Adam Warneck, what's your favourite movie? Congrats on the subs. Oh, this is really hard. I think I got asked this before in the previous Q&A when I got 1,000 subs, what my favourite movie was. And I can't remember what I said then. I mean, the way I feel now, I couldn't tell you one single movie that's my favourite movie. I enjoy genre of movies. I like action adventure. I like thrillers. I like comedies. I do like horror films. Those sort of rubbish, trashy horror films. You know, just for because they're only kind of on for sort of 70, 80 minutes, aren't they? I kind of like watching those. I like Lord of the Rings trilogy, Hobbit trilogy, Lord of the Rings trilogy, probably more so over the Hobbit. Star Wars trilogies, again 4, 5, and 6. Probably my favourites there. Alien quadrilogy. I mean, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, all those sort of films I grew up with, really, I suppose. So they're my kind of favourite genre of films. I mean, there's not one film. One film. If I only ever had to watch one film over and over again, I don't know. And again, it would just be films I'm thinking of now, and not necessarily my favourite film. So no, I don't know, to be honest. It's too difficult to say. There's too many great movies out there. I like the Marvel superhero films. Really enjoyed. I enjoyed Batman vs Superman. I know the what do you call them? The people who are properly into it. You know, they were not so complimentary of it. But I really enjoyed it. It's just a good action adventure film with cool characters. So yeah, don't know. I wouldn't be able to say a favourite movie. Star Trek films, the new ones, not so keen on the... I like the Next Generation ones with Picard. Not so keen on the Kirk films, or the William Shatner films, I should say. But yeah, the new Star Trek films as well. Yeah, any kind of sci-fi, action adventure, just good romp, good films. Anyway, so thank you for the question. Cedric Hall, where are we? 13 minutes, so we've got time. We're getting through these a little bit quicker. Question: will I not win the giveaway? I'm not really sure, Cedric Hall. So what did I say? There are, let's have a look, 88 unique entrants, and I'll explain it at the time, and I've already explained it in a previous video, but each name will appear 5 times in the random number generator. So that's going to be 440 times names will appear in the random number generator, and 5 of those names will be you. So yeah, I mean, there's your odds. So yeah, who knows? So I'm quite interested in doing the draw. So that's going to be quite exciting. Slim Slaney, what's the favourite model you have personally converted, either in part or fully? Why is this your favourite? I mean, I don't do massive conversions, as those of you that watch my videos know. I do tend to build stuff stock, to be fair. I do like some of the conversion-y. I mean, I suppose the magnetisation work, is conversion, and I'm really pleased with my Riva Titan conversion. And it's not a conversion because it is built stock, but the way the arms separate. I've got them bolted up through the shoulders. I've got every weapon option with a piece of threaded rod in the shoulder joint, so they slide up through the shoulder joints of the model, and then they attach with bolts, and it's all magnetized. And you can put the cover plates on, the shoulder plates on. It's all hidden, and then the weapons are magnetized, so they come off. So I like that. The head's magnetized, the body's magnetized, everything is magnetized. I spent a lot of time on that Reaver. So I think that's my favourite model I've personally converted, and I've only converted it by adding magnets. And why is it my favourite? Just because it was a lot of love and care and attention spent on that model. Spent a long time doing it. Made a video. I've got a playlist video log on the build from start to finish. Put a lot of effort into that model, and I'm really pleased with it. I'd love to do another one actually, and build it a bit more dynamically posed. Okay, Jedi Jim 252 says, "Congrats on the 2K subs, buddy. Sounds too chaotic and random to select one name more than once, but if you do, that person should run out and buy a lottery ticket immediately." Well, unless it's you, of course, Jedi Jim. So the question is, what is your best tip for keeping all the paints, tools and materials organised for hobby part of gaming? Do you have a designated space for painting and assembly? Well, there we go. They're still here. My organising paints and tools I keep in here. So in this one I've got tweezers, knives, spare blades, drill, vice, drill bits, pinning rods, blue tack in there. And I've got another one, files, sanding sticks, clippers, green stuff. And the cool thing with these boxes is they stack together and you clip them together. So that's how I keep my hobby stuff organised for that. And going back to a previous question, I answered in the I answered it in this video. I don't know what questions I've answered in what video. Earlier on in this video, I've got my dedicated toolboxes. So I've got a big flat toolbox for parts for HMS Victory, a different one for Millennium Falcon. I've got my big inside toolbox with inside tools, which don't go outside and get dirty. I've got a big bits box for Warhammer 40k. I've got another flat toolbox for all my Dead Man's Hand stuff. I've got another flat toolbox for spare paint, spare glue, weathering powders, stuff like that. So that's how I keep it all organised. It's all sort of compartmentalised. Big tubs of glue and stuff are on the shelf or in my big toolbox. And my designated space for painting and assembly is an old GW wooden tray. It's done well. It's done me well. I mean, I can't. That must have been must be 10, 15 years old. Maybe not that old, 10 years old maybe. Can't remember when I picked it up. But that's my dedicated space. Everything lives on that I'm currently working on. So I'll assemble on that and I'll paint on that. And I tend to do painting or assembly. So I'll tend to assemble stuff and then paint it, and I won't assemble more stuff until I've painted what I've painted. So that's what I do. G Ambulance Service, hello, welcome. Says, what is the most bizarre conversion you have ever seen? Don't know. Not sure if it's bizarre. Probably not bizarre, but a cool conversion. Or it wasn't even a conversion, really. So I'm not going to answer your question at all, because it wasn't a conversion, but it's in my head now and I want to tell you about it. It was, I think it was an Imperator Titan that was about 4.5 foot tall, made out of plastic bottles. The skeleton of it was made out of plastic bottles and yogurt pots for like hip joints and stuff. And but it was all kind of framed off with plasticard, and the work on it was amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, I mean that was, yeah, it wasn't bizarre or a conversion, but it just came into my head. Bizarre conversion. I'm not sure, to be fair. And again, because I've not pre-planned any answers, it's difficult to answer. But yeah, I mean that Imperator Titan was a work of art. It really was. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't answered your question at all, but you're in at least anyway. Impatient Tundra 5, nice one on 2. My question is, how much time do you spend on the hobby? Just evenings, really. Again, weekends I don't really, because I tend to paint in the living room in front of the telly in the evenings when it's on. I don't tend to do it in the day. If I've got a day off work, I might. But I mean, I sort of split my hobby life really. I mean, I've got my upstairs stuff where I build Victory up here, or in this room. I build Millennium Falcon up here, and then I tend to paint downstairs. I don't tend to paint in this room at all. I'll airbrush in this room, and I'll do airbrush on the weekend, but then I tend to settle down in the evening and paint. So how much time do I spend on the hobby? It really varies. I mean, last week I spent 0 hours on the hobby because I was away a week for work. I maybe did a couple of hours last night. I'll probably do a couple of hours tonight. I mean, it's really when, when we've had an evening meal, kids have gone to bed, and then sort of settle down maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I might do an hour, I might do 2 hours, depending on how long I stay up for. But then I find, kind of after 10, half 10, I'm tired and don't tend to bother. So yeah, I mean, it varies. It really does. A couple of hours a day to nothing, to maybe the odd weekend where I might go all day. I'll sit down all day and paint. So yeah. So it varies. Okay, where are we now? 21 minutes. We'll do one more. Beware of the Phil. Beware of the Phil says, congrats on 2K. Thank you. It's a great little community here as a YouTube wargamer. It really is. I enjoy being here. My question is, have you any interest in Age of Sigmar at all? Mostly since the release of the General's Handbook and the more structured playstyle options. No real interest in Age of Sigmar, to be honest. When it first came out, I downloaded all of the free stuff that you could download just because it was free, and I downloaded it, the rules and stuff. I mean, it kind of interested me briefly that the rule set was only 4 pages. Again, the General's Handbook, I would just be in the same position as I am now with 40k, that there's going to be a load of rules that I don't understand. I've got no one to kind of learn them with. So that side of thing doesn't really interest me. But Age of Sigmar, I mean, did I nearly buy it? I think I probably picked it up and then thought, nah, because I'm, again, like I said before, I'm trying to consolidate my hobby life. So I am interested in it. I am interested in fantasy miniatures. I am interested in the miniature ranges because there's some cracking miniatures out there, but probably not interested enough to spend money on it. So that's it. We're up to question 21. 70 questions to go, and yeah, I'm enjoying this. Whether you're enjoying this or not, I don't know, but I'm going to make all these videos and post them all up anyway. So, but there we go. Yep, so that's it. We're going to move on to video 3 probably now. So again, I'll be wearing the same clothes with the same beard and the same lighting, etc., etc. So I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.